The following audio was recovered from the external corridor of Containment Room 402. What you saw in the previous leak was only the visual record. This is the reality of what the extraction team encountered 3 minutes after the camera sensors were overloaded. At 3:59 a.m., the facility's internal sensors recorded a localized drop in atmospheric pressure. The silence wasn't just quiet, it was heavy. It was the sound of a room that no longer belonged to our world. It was the end. Listen closely. Those are the tactical boots of Lead Agent Miller and Specialist Vance. They are trained for chemical spills and high-risk breaches. But as they approach the door, you can hear the hesitation in their stride. There is a low-frequency vibration, an infrasound leaking from the cracks in the reinforced steel. It's a sound that triggers a primal fight or flight response. Vance reports a smell of ozone and wet copper. They reach the handle. The heavy door is already unlatched. Hear that metallic groan? That's the heavy door swinging open. But the room isn't empty. It's hollow. Agent Miller enters first. His breathing, audible through his gas mask, becomes rapid. He reports that the mirror is still there, but the silver backing has turned a deep obsidian-black. The man you saw staring for 12 hours is gone. But then, at the 3-minute and 42-second mark, the audio picks up a sound that shouldn't exist. A second set of breathing. It is coming from the glass. It's rhythmic, slow, and perfectly synchronized with Miller's own lungs. The atmospheric temperature in the room drops to 40 degrees below zero in a matter of seconds. Every breath Miller takes is echoed by the entity behind the black glass. The team's biological sensors begin to malfunction, displaying error codes that suggest the air itself is being rewritten. Miller stands frozen, caught in a temporal loop. The boundary between the two worlds is now completely gone. It is happening. Miller approaches the glass. He reaches out a gloved hand. The audio records a sharp, crystalline tink, the sound of a fingernail tapping from the inside. And then the whisper. It's not a voice, it's a vibration. It says a name. Miller's daughter's name. The extraction team retreated immediately, locking the corridor and venting the sector. But the logs show the door didn't just lock. It was held shut from the other side. Subject 402 didn't escape the room. He escaped the reflection. Internal facility records suggest that Agent Miller was not the first to hear that name whispered from the dark. Deep within the encrypted archives of the 1964 discovery, a similar pattern was documented. Every subject who stares long enough into the silver backing eventually provides the entity with a key, a personal memory, a loved one, a secret. Once the entity has the key, the physical door is no longer a barrier. We are not just dealing with a reflection. We are dealing with a predator that learns. It adapts with every encounter, refining its method, growing more precise with each subject it studies. The exchange is never random, never meaningless. Each interaction brings it closer to full access. It is not trapped behind the glass as we once believed. It is patient, observant, and calculating. It is waiting for the next unlock. We are still analyzing the frequency. The entity is now mobile, navigating the surface world using the memories stolen from Subject 402. It knows his passwords, his family, and his daily routines. It is the perfect infiltration. Federal investigators have classified this as a Level 7 breach. If you feel a sudden drop in temperature before a mirror, do not touch the glass. We will be uploading the recovered audio from the hallway next week. Are you still watching? Or is it watching you?